Welcome! In front of me is an iPad Air 2020, and today I'll show you a couple of tweaks and tricks you can do on this device. And starting off, we're going to begin with the Touch ID, which is now under the power button. Unfortunately, there is still no under display, so we're still not being welcomed in the year 2020, really, considering we either have a notch or a physical power key on a premium device that has a fingerprint sensor, so that's a shame, but still, at least it's on the power key. And to set it up, we only need to go into the settings, Touch ID, and from here, add fingerprint. So, as you can see, it tells us to scan the finger, so let's use our left hand. And there we go. Okay, so there it is. Now we need to set up some kind of passcode anyway. Use anyway, even though it's weak, no one cares. And there we go. So normally you would also want to add another finger, probably for instance like your right hand index finger when you're holding the device in the portrait mode, so you can do it as well. But I'm just gonna stick with this one. So now if you press the button, it's gonna automatically unlock, as you can see. So that is kind of nice. There we go. So yeah, so that is the first one. Now moving on to the next one, it's gonna be the dark theme, or well, light one. It's already in the dark, but you can change it between those, and you do it by going into the display and brightness. As you can see, there's the dark and light, and once you tap on either one of them, it's gonna automatically change it, so you can choose which one suits you. Now you also have the automatic version, which will apply dark or light theme based on what is this? The time of the day, it looks like. So you have the sunset to sunrise, or also you have the custom, which will be based on a schedule. So you can set a specific time at which point it's going to switch. And moving on to the next one, it's going to be the reduced motion. Now, because this display for some reason isn't anything above 60 Hertz, it might look a little bit choppy. It doesn't look as smooth as it could, considering they already had different iPad Pro, which was, I believe, like 90 Hertz or 120. This is just a simple 60, so welcome to the budget devices, I guess, even though mid-range phones have 120, but apparently Apple is still too good to do that. So we're stuck with 60, and that doesn't look as good, honestly. And to combat this choppy motion, we can reduce animations by going into accessibility, and from here, motion, reduce motion, and there we go. So this will shorten the animations, and well, specifically like these ones, so it won't be as visible as it was previously. Now the refresh rate is still the same, so if you're gonna watch something with a high speed, it's still gonna look like it's straight 60 frames instead of anything higher. Moving on to the next one, it's gonna be the control center, which you can access by swiping down here. And as you can see, there's not much going on here by default, but there is certain things that you can access. So number one, you can hold these options. When you hold it, it gives you also the dark mode settings, along with the brightness, as you can see. Volume, not much here actually. When it comes down to do not disturb mode, it gives you a couple options. So until this evening for 1 hour schedule. If you tap on these, it also expands it and adds a couple more. And music, I believe it also shows you more information about it. But outside of that, you can also go into the settings and add more toggles. So as you can see, there's only like 4 toggles right here. You go into the settings, control center, right over here. We have plethora of other toggles that we can add. So we can add dark mode, Apple remote, whatever you want. As you can see, just add a bunch of them, and now we have several additional toggles that we didn't have before, which you can utilize. Now also, if you install some kind of apps from the store, if those apps have some kind of toggles that you can utilize, they will also appear in the list right here. And moving on to the last option, it's just going to be a simple multitasking, which you can access by, for instance, when you have one app open, you pull up the dock right here, and from here you can hold some kind of app, drag it over, and as you can see now we can use two different apps. So let's see. So yeah, kind of gimmicky, but still you can do something like that. But this will conclude all the tweaks and tricks that I want to share. And if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.